And I'm just gonna make everything here white just so we can see it. There you go. So that way you can change just part of the logo. And I'm going to actually make 2 more. I'll make this red, I think. And then, here, I'm just gonna lock these parts of the layer. And then I'm gonna go Control or Command C and then V for cut and paste. There we go. All right, and I'm gonna make that one black. Okay, so you can alter the logo or any kind of symbol, like if you wanted to do social media, you can use that for that. And let me go and take a more complicated file place. I'm gonna take some of the social media ones. And this is really good for like placing it on any kind of like website or anything like that. You can just take image trace. Of course, it's not doing it. There we go. And then ignore white. Put it to, I'll say 16 colors. There we go. It's thinking.
So is it going to simplify some of it? Because there's probably more than 16 colors in all of those.
Yeah, and you can change how many colors it will take. Let me do this. Once that's loading, I'm gonna take it up so to see how mostly the Instagram logo is gonna look.
Mm-hmm.
But also you can take an Instagram logo that is simpler to where that's not an issue. But yeah, it is gonna simplify it to each color.
Yeah, but at least you aren't just pasting. You can do like a little screen grab of the logo from Instagram and put that on your document or whatnot, but it will look blurry because it's, again, most things online are 72 DPI.
Yeah.
And so what Abby has for printing is 300, and that's standard. So a lot of stuff that you would grab from the internet and plop into a document won't look very good.
Exactly. Yeah, and you can take it from, I think one of the projects I had in school, we took the logo. This was in Photoshop, and we learned how to do that. Yeah, I'm really losing track today. Okay, no, I did one in Illustrator for the Philadelphia Zoo, and learned how to just take the logo. And it was a little weird because it had like an animal, so I did have to play with the corners, paths, and noise. But you just get it as clean as possible, and usually they won't notice, especially when it comes to like fur. But I think you guys get the main idea? I think I might just stop this because it's thinking my computer's working real hard. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop that. That's fine.
Yeah, it's weird. It kind of made them streaky, but I feel like the other thing is once you have them as vectors, you can change the fill color to fix that.
Yeah, then you can change that whole thing. Oh, also, if you have multiple objects that are not aligned and you want to, like if you're doing a bunch of different, like a pattern, then you can align it in any way you want. What you kind of get, which each object, there we go. This one will have everything at the bottom, so you don't want that. But that's fun to align everything. Okay, so I'm gonna get into, let's see, let me just quickly do the file place. I'm gonna look at a photograph. There we go. Now, changing a photograph, depending on what you want to do, you would either want to, oh, it's not clicking, there we go. This would be for high fidelity, or if you wanted to just have the trace of the animal. And here, I'll show you how it looks once it does the high fidelity, because sometimes it's not preferable to expand it that way. Some things like in like a restaurant, you can do that. I'm just gonna zoom in to, there you go. And this is kind of how it vectorizes it. And you can change all the colors to one color, or you can just keep it like this. But each of these, if you do it the same thing as the logo, where you expand and then you ungroup, probably twice, there we go. You can always tell when it's fully ungrouped when you don't see the option. But now you can take, if you wanted to take the, so now it makes everything have an anchor and handle, which you can take and manipulate. Now you can take parts of the image and cut it out if you do not want it. Like if you want this whole section out, you could just Control X. And I won't go into the whole thing because it would take a while to cut this whole image. But if you have, I think if you put this as like 6, like this part kind of blends in because it's not taking as many colors. So what you would have to do is take like the knife and like separate that color from the animal. And then you would simply just take that part out. But make sure you click off of it and then click back on it. Otherwise, you're gonna take like this whole shape and exit it out. But okay. If there are no more questions on that, I'm just